Hey there, it's David again. Look, today we're going to be shedding light on the top 12 things. Yes, there's all 12 of them that you need to look for in a shed quote before you sign on the dotted line. So by the end of this 5-minute video, you're going to know all the things that you need to know before you go and buy yourself a shed kit. And also at the end of the video, we've got a checklist so that if you forget what they are or you don't feel like watching the video again, you'll be able to just check those off as you go through every single quote that you get. Number one, how long is your shed kit quote valid for? These days, not many shed companies will extend the life of their quote for more than 7 days. Look, I'm filming this about 3 weeks into the war with Iran, and already concreters and shed companies and concrete pumpers and batching plants have all put up the price of concrete by adding a fuel surcharge. So, that's why it's important to know how long the quote is valid for. And also, number two, ask what happens after the end of the discount. There are some shed companies out there who have a flash sale that lasts for 7 days, but it magically seems that next time you go to get a quote, they've also got a flash sale that lasts for 7 days. So ask and negotiate what happens after the shed quote validity period is over and what happens to the price. As I've said in the last video, there's heaps of shed companies out there, so you can negotiate pretty hard on them holding their price. What's the shed made from? Look, there's good steel and there's steel. I wouldn't buy a shed that wasn't made from BlueScope Steel, and I wouldn't buy a shed that wasn't made from Colorbond. As I said in my last video, look, you need a time machine that can take you forward 10 years to find out what your shed's going to look like. But the best way to find out what your shed's going to look like is to buy trusted brands, and also to go onto product review and check reviews. So if you've got a company that's got 60% bad reviews, yeah, I'm not touching them because that kit's probably not going to look too flash in the next 10 years. So what's next? Where's the shed kit being shipped from? Look, you don't want to buy a shed kit in Western Australia that's being shipped from Melbourne because it's going to have more dings and scratches on it that you can poke a stick at. And quite frankly, half the stuff's probably going to be missing by the time you get there. So if you live in a capital city or near a capital city, make sure that you are getting a shed kit that is manufactured in or near that capital city. Don't be buying a shed kit that's shipped from another state. Windows and roller doors are particularly important. Windows, if they are being shipped from interstate, and I know that our manufacturer that we use is shipping from interstate to all over Australia, they are really, really well packed. But a lot of shed kits don't get packed in anything more than cling film, basically. So they do get damaged very easily. So does it have site-specific engineering? Look, you should have given them your address when you got a shed quote, and it should show on the shed quote what that specific engineering is. It should show you a map. It shows you where the shed is. It should show you the terrain zone. It should show you the wind speed in meters per second. If it doesn't, chuck it out, tear it up, go to the next quote. So does the quote show exactly what's included in the package? So make sure it includes things like the bolt downs, make sure it includes the doors, make sure it includes the windows, the vermin flashing, not just openings, but actually the things that you want quoted for. Does it show the thickness of the slab and the soil type? So most engineering that comes with sheds is engineered for A, S or M soil type. If you have a different soil type like P or E or worse, then you will need to pay more for concrete. So, and you will need to get additional engineering from the shed manufacturer for that slab so that you can build on it. So make sure that it includes the type of engineering that is included in the quote. What else? What sort of attachment is being attached to the slab? So make sure it should show that it uses screw bolts or diner bolts or cast-in connectors, and they should be included in the quote, of course. What else? Let me look over to my list here. What accessories are included? Look, they should be listed, as I've said. Things like whirlybirds, vermin flashing and insulation have to be shown on the quote. Otherwise, guess what? They're not included. If it ain't written down, you ain't getting it. It's pretty simple. So check the size of your roller doors and the roller door openings. A 3.5 metre tall caravan is not going to fit through a 2.7 metre door. And if you've got a 2.7 metre door on your quote, you're getting a 2.7 metre door. And guess what? A 3.5 metre door is not the same price. So make sure the doors are the right width and height so you can fit through the vehicles that you've got that's going in the shed. Check that the elevations and the drawings on the quote are of a shed that is what you want. I know it sounds really simple, but a lot of times you don't get what you want. You miss out a door and then you go to order the kit. Oh, guess what? I'm missing a door. Where did that go? Oh, I forgot to check. Look, I've had customers order sheds in the wrong colour because they didn't check the fine print and then blame the shed company because they got the wrong coloured shed. Yes, it happens. Look, that's pretty much everything. I think that's about 12 items. As I said in my last video, if you can't get what you want from the shed company that you're dealing with, find another one. There's plenty of shed companies out there that are just desperate for your business. If you'd like a checklist of all the things that I'm going through at the moment, check on the description below and there will be a link to a checklist. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, set your notifications so you'll find out when the next one is up. And anyway, I hope that I've shed some light on some things that are important to you in building your shed and buying a shed kit. And I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks very much. Have a great day.